All right, so now it's time to start taking your actual keyword outline notes. So you can see I've already gone in and annotated my text, and I've already decided where part 1, the beginning, part 2, the middle, and part 3, right here, part 3, the end, is going to take place for my note taking. So I'm going to start by showing you just the sentence by sentence way to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my trusty highlighter and I'm going to start highlighting things that I think are important. So here's my first paragraph. As the Iliad opens, a dispute between two Greek leaders, the hero Achilles and King Agamemnon of Mycenae, commander of the Greek armies, sets in motion events that shape the course of the war. All right, so keywords here. I'm looking for nouns and verbs, maybe some adjectives, maybe some adverbs, but mostly nouns and verbs here. So I really see this word dispute sticking out because the war is starting with an argument. We have two Greek leaders. One is a hero named Achilles, and the second is King Agamemnon, who is a commander of the Greek armies. So now that I have my first sentence highlighted, I'm actually going to go in and show you how to take the notes. So right away, I know that dispute is a word that I can use a synonym for easily. So you could do something like a conflict or an argument. Because remember, as you're taking these notes, you want to try and use as many synonyms as possible so that you're not plagiarizing when you go to rewrite. So I'm going to say a conflict between two Greek leaders. So I already have 1, 2, 3 words, and I can only have a maximum of 4. I'm actually just going to head to the next line here. Boop. So my two Greek leaders are the hero Achilles and King Agamemnon. Let's see. So I have hero Achilles and King Agamemnon. And I want to just say that he's a commander. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got my 4 words for that line, so I can move on. And I've also captured everything from my first sentence. I'm going to go on and hit sentence 2. The trouble begins when Agamemnon receives a young woman, the daughter of the priest of Apollo, as a prize of war. Boom. So I know trouble starts. Agamemnon receives woman as a prize. So now that I've listed his name, I can use an abbreviation if I want here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because that's a lot to write. So I've got Agamemnon receives woman as prize. And now if we go to the next sentence, we're going to see why that's a problem, where the conflict begins. The priest appeals to Apollo, who sends a plague to the Greek camp. When Greeks learn the cause of the sickness, they force Agamemnon to give up his prize. So, priest appeals to Apollo, sends plague to the camp. All right, so priest. And I think we can use a different word for appeals here, maybe like begs or prays. To Apollo. And to my next line, Apollo sends plague. Yeah. Okay. And then my last sentence for this paragraph, when Greeks learn the cause of the sickness, they force Agamemnon to give up his prize. So let's see. Greeks learn cause, force Ag to give up prize. Okay, so let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got 2 symbols, an abbreviation, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I could go on and show you how to do paragraph 2, but now I'm going to show you how to do a retelling. So once you have, obviously I would continue going through this and then move on to my next source for body paragraph number 1. But as you're doing this, you can actually practice retelling / writing your paragraph. So now I'm going to take my article and put it away, and I'm going to look at the notes that I've taken. So I would say something like the Trojan War began with with the conflict between two leaders, the hero Achilles and the king Agamemnon. When Agamemnon receives a woman as a prize, who belongs to the priest of Apollo, the priest of Apollo prays to Apollo, and Apollo sends a plague to the Greek camp. The Greeks force Agamemnon to give up his prize. So right away, with not a lot of work, I'm able to, summarize what my source is without plagiarizing.